Hello, what's up? My name is Bello and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today I've got a small time-lapse for you, and in this time-lapse I want to show you how I find my designs and how I'm actually building. So if you like that concept and if you like those videos, please make sure to leave a like and some feedback if you want to have it a bit more details, so maybe just normal let's build without any time-lapse. Or if you like that type with me commenting a bit, so please write in the comments below. So without further ado, hope you have fun with the video. So first of all, we're gonna grab our items to edit the terrain a bit. Therefore I'm using a bow, an arrow and a gunpowder for boxer sniper that you can see right there. And with that I'm gonna make some spheres and cylinders to create a little hill. We're gonna build our build site on. So as you can see, that it works perfectly with sand, but you can of course use gravel as well. I just prefer sand because it stands more out, so you don't forget something to replace after this. So now I'm gonna smooth it out a bit, and here I'm using the melt brush from Boxer Sniper as well. So that allows me to add or remove some sand blocks from the hill. And now I'm gonna smooth it out with Wilted It. That's a simple brush I'm using here. So nothing too complicated. So now I'm adding some manual place blocks. That helps me creating a more natural looking shape, and so it doesn't look like Wilted It with squares or sphere looking parts. So now I'm gonna fill up the last space, and then we're pretty much done. Just adding some more cylinders to the hill. And now I'm gonna replace all the materials we used here with stone. Therefore using Boxer Sniper again with the be over command, and I'm gonna overlay it with dirt that is 1 block high. So get this nice looking part. And last but not least, I'm gonna randomize it a bit with stone. So don't get confused that you can see a gravel here. I'm using that to try to avoid that there's too much stone at the end. So that's just something that I use by preference. So now we're gonna remove it a bit from the hill, and now we're gonna replace it. There we go. And last but not least, we're gonna smooth it out again with Wilted It, as we have done it before. So now I see that we've got 2 less, so we're gonna add something more, so get a bigger base for our build at the end. So that isn't different to the other parts we made so far. We're using spheres as well, cylinders, sorry. I'm placing them so we get this nice hilly shape. Now that's another trick I want to give you, that you use cylinders instead of spheres for small hills. Of course, for bigger hills or mountain ranges, it's more efficient if you want to use spheres. So right there, I'm building the first wall. Since my build is going to be like a small closed area, that's kind of a harbor for small ships that can actually sail through the canal of Glacium. So now for the stair, I'm normally don't use just stairs on its own, cause my roads are normally randomized a bit, so I want to do that on my stairs as well. So you can't just use stairs, since there are no brick stairs, stone stairs or cobblestone stairs. So here I'm just fixing something, but then we're gonna remove the whole floor as well, that we can see right here. So for that I'm using a command that's called /fill, and I'm using it to randomize my floors, so with stone bricks, and of course stone slabs. So here you can see what I mentioned before. I want to randomize it a bit, and therefore I use the materials I used in the road. So here I'm actually bringing some variation into my wall. You could of course build the same part as well for a second time, but here I decided to make this tower thingy at the end, which isn't going to be a tower at all. It just gives like a small curve into the road, which helps keeping the walker of the road excited. So here I found by accident a new design I found pretty cool, with those cobblestone stairs, walls on top. I think that looks pretty cool, so I used that. So that's it for the wall. Now we're gonna prepare the base for our house, and therefore I'm using once again the fill command, but as you can see you have to make sure that you've got an area that is fillable, not open on some parts. So I'm altering the road a bit so it gets a smooth overlay. And now we're actually starting with the house. I'm starting with a wood rim. You could of course use the foundations out of stone bricks, but I didn't use that because the house would get too high at the end. So I decided to start with the wood part right at the beginning. So as I mentioned in my last video, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. You should try to keep the base small, since it's expanding the outside, and that's what I did here. So that's another example how big you can make your rim. So once we've done everything for the base rim, so that's those parts, we're gonna add a second storage here. And I like to compare this part of building to Tetris or something similar, since you have to put like cubes on top of your build to make it fit, and yeah, it's the funniest part and the most exciting part on building for me. And after that it will be pretty boring, so try to enjoy this part. So you have to make sure that at the end, when you fill in everything, everything gets its spot and everything is filled up. So you have to get an eye for it, but that's just practice and nothing else. So actually we're here building a tower. That's for an eye-catching reason. So when I catch the viewer's attention there, so the build looks nice at the end. So one thing you have to mention is that you're gonna have some variation in your build as well, as we did it on the wall, and that was the reason why I removed the actual roof and made it to a basic lithium roof. I had to bring some variation. So that's the frame we've got so far. It looks like this from the bottom part, and that's something you should really do while building. I should always look how it looks from the ground, since every explorer will look from this point of view. So that's pretty important while building, to check if it makes sense or does it look good. So here you can see how I add all these supportings to the build, so the roof endings and the actual parts where the walls will be later on. So that roof is to cover up the tower from the one side, but to make it look better from the other side. So I think that's also the reason why I made this roof a bit bigger than the other ones, just to fill some space and to cover up the tower. So we're nearly done with the wood parts, so we're able to fill in the actual roof materials, which is gray stained clay. So once again check the outside, and now we will fill in all the parts. So therefore it's nice to make sure that everything is filled in with those. And don't be afraid of deleting some parts to build the roof in there. Some beginners might get afraid by this, so don't be afraid. So for the tower it's a bit different. Here we're gonna add this tower roof that I mainly use in my studies, so I've got several designs for that. That's for now only this one, which is pretty basic, so there's nothing hard on it. And now we'll fill in all the walls, and therefore we're using white wool, and which is gonna get randomized with gray wool, so light gray wool at the end, to bring once again some variation in our build. So and you have to make sure that you build the walls one block behind, so not in the wall, you're gonna build one block behind. That's so we can later on add some supportings to the wall. So now we're actually adding details to our build, and therefore we're using another one, stairs, trapdoors and buttons, and of course fences and cobblestone walls for the supportings. So you can see how I add these supportings. Those are the fences. They support the structure so it can't fall off since it's expanding the outside every time. So that's an architectural reason. That looks nice, I think. So yeah. So that's basically the whole house. We just wanna add some more details to our roof at the end. But before we can do that, we wanna add some glass panes in our holes we left for them. So those are getting the windows. And here you can of course delete some or add some. That's just personal taste. So now you can see how I add some more curves to the roof to make it look more detailed and yeah, interesting, more interesting. So you have to find a nice balance between adding blocks and deleting blocks, since both will make a difference and both together doesn't look that good most of the time. So now we're adding roof endings to it. If you want to know how they are built, you can check out my last video as well. There I showed some basic roof endings. So now our house looks pretty nice. Now we wanna add some more greenery to it. On the one hand to cover up some ugly parts as I did it here, but on the other hand it adds some more colors to build and it just looks awesome at the end. So here I'm randomizing it as well with other types of leaves, and therefore I'm using birchwood leaves, oakwood leaf and normal sprucewood leaves. And once again you can delete some parts of your build just to place a leaf there. So to give the whole build of the finishing touch, we want to randomize it a bit with cracked and mossy stone bricks and fill in the last gaps. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of it, leave a comment and a like. And if you're new to my channel and like those type of videos, and of course other tutorials, you can subscribe to my channel. See you next time, and bye bye.